Guys, so in this module, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a CRM, a customer relationship management system. We talked about in the beginning of the course, you will have a systematic way to follow up with new and existing customers. You can't do that without a CRM. A CRM is what allows all of that to take place. If you don't have a CRM in place, then you are using sticky notes to remember to call Sarah or Jordan or Dave or whoever else it may be. What a CRM allows you to do is to set reminders in the computer, in the system, so that you know that you need to take care of certain tasks, call certain people. This is imperative. You have to have a CRM.
In this module, you will learn what is a CRM and why you need one, and how do you pick a good CRM.
Guys, once you get through this module, you'll have a solid understanding about what a CRM is and why it is necessary to address the core problem that most martial arts schools face. You'll also know how Easton uses its CRM to better run all the systems that need to go on throughout the school. All right, guys, let's jump into the first lesson. So as we said earlier, guys, CRM is a client relationship management system.
CRM is a technology for managing all your company's relationships and interactions with customers and potential customers. Guys, look, I can't stress enough how important this is. You have to know who your current customers are and who your potential customers are and where they are in that process. The process we are talking about here is taking someone from a prospect to a raving fan. There are a lot of examples of CRMs. There's Salesforce, there's Zen Planner, there's MindBody. The question you should be asking now is, what does a good CRM do and why exactly do I need one? So, a good CRM does three things. It allows you to track and follow up with potential members. It allows you to see where a member is in their journey so that you can follow their progress. And it allows you to pull sales reports. Let's go through these point by point now. When you talk to a potential member, you don't want to have to repeat questions. Ask who they are again, or in the worst case scenario, not even know who they are. Your CRM needs to be able to allow you to keep notes on potential members so that you can pick up the conversation exactly where you left off. Bullet point number 2, progress. Progress is one of the most important parts in the member journey. If a person is not seeing progress, they are on their way out the door for good. You need to be able to track all of your members' progress so that you can promote them appropriately and also give them feedback on how they are doing. Finally, let's talk about reports. You're going to make all kinds of decisions in your school. Let's try this thing or let's try that thing. Some of these things will be good and some of them will not. How will you know if said thing was good or bad if you can't look at actual data of what happened during those times? We all have done oh yeah, that was a great idea. That worked so well. And then when we went back and looked at the actual numbers of what went on because of that thing, it wasn't the best idea. Being able to pull the correct reports will give us the real data of whether or not something that we tried was actually good or bad.
So guys, as you saw, you don't need Salesforce. It doesn't have to be very complicated. You just have to be able to do a couple of things. In the next lesson, what we're going to go over is the CRM that Easton uses so that you can see exactly how it is we do what we do. Guys, that's all for the first lesson of this module. We'll see you in the next lesson. Guys, in all of the choices that we mentioned in the last lesson, we choose MindBody. More importantly, guys, we've stuck with them through many years of trial and error and looking at other CRMs, and we find that they are the best to run our martial arts schools. Let's look at exactly how we do it.
Contact logs are the story of a member from the moment they first contact you until they are no longer coming through your doors. They are the solution to the sticky note problem that we talked about in the beginning of the course. Really, they are just sticky notes. They're just digital sticky notes inside your CRM. You can set follow-up for specific dates so that you can communicate with the rest of your staff about any member or potential member you may have. As we will talk about in the end of the course, the most important part of the sales process is retention. You don't want to always have to be closing. You get away from that idea when the student is able to see their progress. This is what I talked about a second ago. You need a system that allows you to track a student's progress through the belts so that you can promote them systematically and appropriately. Your CRM needs to have the ability to open a class list, see who is checked in, what rank that person is, and exactly where they are at in their journey. Let's talk about promotion for a sec, everyone. The IBJJF requires there to be a certain time in between each belt. Your CRM needs to be able to show the date of last promotion and the number of classes that a member took during that time. The biggest drop-off that we see is between the 0 and 3 month mark. We like to promote 2 times during that period by giving the student stripes. I know what some of you are saying right now. When I was a white belt, I didn't get no stripes. Let's talk about what we know. We know that martial arts betters people's lives. So the goal should be to keep people doing them as long as possible. If putting some tape on a person's belt gets that done, then please do it. This is a huge part of our retention system, and it's only possible because we have a CRM that allows us to track our members' progress. Attached here, guys, is going to be a PDF of exactly how we like to give out stripes from white to blue belt. Guys, so let's talk about reports really quickly. Your CRM has to be able to do the simple stuff really well. You have to be able to track members. So what we're talking about here is how many active members, how many suspended members, how many canceled members you have. It has to be able to track your payments, who owes you money. You need to be able to track sales reports, retail revenue, martial arts revenue, all the ways that revenue might be coming in. It's got to help you do payroll commission for your staff. Finally, you have to be able to do a closeout drawer at the end of the night. At the end of each day, you have to be able to do a closeout report for cash in the drawer. Let's talk about the 2 most important reports, money and memberships. Money is never our goal, but we all have to live and support ourselves, and we know that money is the byproduct of doing everything else correctly. If you're doing it right, the money will come in. So you need a system that will track this. Look, I've sat down with a lot of business coaches in my time at Easton, and I've also sat down as the business coach. So I understand being on both sides of this revenue discussion, and you have to be able to very simply answer the question of what is your revenue and how many members do you currently have? MindBody provides this answer very simply. So wrapping up this module, you learned what a CRM is, why it's necessary, and why we choose to use MindBody. Your action steps for this module are super simple. Find a CRM that works for you.
So guys, that's it for module 2. What we're going to be talking about in the rest of the course is how to systematically follow up with and communicate with potential members that are going to be part of your school.